Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. This is Gargi Deka and you are watching English Primetime News. Here are the top headlines. In an attempt to resolve the Naga political issue, Nagaland Core Committee and NSCN take part in a meeting. As more athletes test positive for COVID-19, Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee not ruling out a last-minute cancellation of the Olympic Games. HSSLC examination exam topper Ohidul Zaman from Little Star Higher Secondary School, Dimapur, who topped in science, talks exclusively to Nagaland TV. In fight with Punjab, Congress continues as Chief Minister Amarinder Singh reiterates not meeting newly elected Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu till Sidhu publicly apologizes. African swine flu has confirmed in 11 districts of Mizoram. 383 pigs dies from flu, bringing the total confirmed death cases to 15,231. India Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for 5 Maharashtra districts including Raigad and Pune, forecasting extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places. And now the news in details. Nagaland government and NSC and IM have come together for a meeting today that has discussed the ongoing Naga political issue. The Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, who is also the chairman of the core committee, Deputy CM Y. Peton, Minister Neba Kronu and other core committee members were present in the meeting. The meeting took place in Chumukuduma Police Complex. It may be worth mentioning that the meeting had been called for after the centre asked Nagaland to have a common settlement on the issue. In response to this, the Nagaland government has requested different factions of the state to come together and discuss the ongoing issue in hand. To add to it, NSCM-IM, in view of the meeting, demanded answers as to how the meeting will be fruitful for the common people.
No, after there's a long gap, we have met them. Due to this lockdown, we could not communicate each other. But after a long time, we met and we interacted. I think that was a very smooth sailing, and they understood our point. And we also understood their contention. So I think our expectation is the two Naga negotiating group will sit across the table and along with the 60 elected members so that we could arrive at some kind of conclusion. And then we have requested them to resume the talk with Government of India, and we will also pursue on behalf of them as a facilitator so that we can arrive at the common ground, and the Naga negotiating group will approach Government of India with a common approach. So that's how we expect that we can arrive at a kind of conclusion. That is what we expect through this meeting. It is Chief Minister to talk to them. We have agreed the concept of opposition-less government, but now the ball is in their court.
Sir,
we have only one party, but they have two parties. So the ball is in their court. We have agreed to the concept of this opposition-less government because of this Naga political issue. When we have opposition and ruling, we come together in the assembly, but we have differences outside the house. So if we are together in the government, we are not for any kind of post, but if we are together, like framework agreement was signed. That time was also, we had the opposition-less government under my leadership. So that is made down to the people, it is possible when we are together. And there is a way government of India will listen when we are together and when we have common approach. With that perception, we have decided to agree to the concept of this opposition-less government.
Moving on, the Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party convened an emergency meeting on Tuesday headed by Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio. The meeting was held at a central party office in Dimapur to discuss and deliberate over the latest political developments in the state. During the meeting, the House reiterated its commitment to continue working towards bringing a final settlement to the Naga national political groups. The House further appealed to all negotiating parties and the central government to bring an early solution to the Naga issue that is inclusive, honorable and acceptable to the people. The House also welcomed the resolution of NPF Legislature Party calling for unity amongst the members of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Moving on, Nagaland 2021 HSLC examination science topper Zaman from Little Star Higher Secondary School Dimapur topped in science with 96%. While talking to Nagaland TV, Ohidus shared that he has been consistent from the beginning and thanked his friends, family members and teachers who helped him to succeed in his examination with flying colors. Earlier, the Nagaland Board of School Education declared the Higher Secondary School Leaving Certificate Examination 2021 on Tuesday after conducting offline exams in April. This year, a total of 9,035 students from Arts Stream, 1,002 students from Commerce Stream and 2,250 from Science Stream appeared for the HSSLC exams, and the pass percentage is 69.37%, 74.39% and 91.35% respectively.
Be consistent, be hardworking from the beginning. That my consistent hard work has paid me off. I want to credit my teachers. I tried my best to adapt.
Amikan la state Nagaland 20 July de HSLC aro HSSLC laga result declare gushe. Eneka la homoy de Nagaland TV logo de aji Mr. Ohidas Zaman. Taitu Little Star Higher Secondary School bra purje. Taitu ledo state topper science stream te ase. Ahibi amian la success story chani logo. Hello, hi.
Hi, sir.
Apni to itu state topper pado, how do you feel?
I'm feeling overjoyed right now that my consistent hard work has paid me off and that I was able to make my parents and teachers content with my result. So I'm really happy about that.
Apni to ledo top pavo state topper hobo na pisas tagse apni.
I wasn't really sure if I could make it to top 1, but I was pretty sure I'd be there in the list. Okay. Because considering that even in my class 10th I got the second rank. Oh. So I was confident enough that I'd make it to the list, even if not top 1.
So you've been trying hard?
Yeah, I tried even harder.
So like amian sob manu jane itu pandemic aya bichi offline class par online class ai jase.
Yes,
to online class to like Nagaland de bichi nutun hu jase.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sure like you must have had some struggles. So online classes lo the struggles kan challenges kan kinaka thangise.
Yes, the situation was new of course, but I tried my best to adapt to that change. I think we should not always expect normalcy and we should try to adapt to changes, and that is what makes us stand out above others. So I tried to cooperate with my teachers with the new system, means online classes, just cooperate with the teachers, and I think I want to credit my teachers because they were quite hardworking. Even in online classes they were as serious as they were in offline classes. So yeah, I did not face much difficulty because they were available. My teachers were available to help me throughout the day, anytime I tried to contact them. So even though the situation was new, I tried my best to not allow it to hamper my studies.
So, in your personal opinion, would you prefer offline class or online classes?
I'm not sure about others, but I found it quite interesting, online classes. I mean, we didn't have to go to school. Even by staying in the comfort of the house, I could get the same knowledge and even my doubts clarified by my teachers. So yeah, it was not a problem for me.
So, like, अपनी study routine, itu tu kini manage korta hai apni?
I normally don't have any specific study routine, but I study almost the whole day. As long as I don't have anything else more important than studying to do, I keep studying. Especially during exams, I try not to waste a single minute.
So, apart from reading, do you have any hobbies or?
I can't say I have many hobbies, but I like to spend time on the internet for acquiring knowledge, especially in fields of computer science.
अपनी ला success to whom do you want to give credit?
First, I'd like to thank the Almighty God for being merciful and graceful at all times. And then I'd like to thank the board also for being able to conduct the exam despite the bad situation. And my parents, relatives and community. I'd like to thank the community because for all the encouragement, inspiration and motivation. In this recent years, I've seen their growing enthusiasm in wanting to educate their children. So I'm glad if I could be an exemplary student to them. And I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always being there to satisfy my needs and wants. Besides that, for maintaining my health and maintaining proper study environment in my house. I'm very grateful to them, and above all my school teachers and authorities. Since I didn't take any tuition or coaching, so it was all my school teachers, and they were never slack in providing any kind of help I needed. So yeah, I'd like to thank all of them.
So, what is your aim in life?
Well, as of now, I'm not yet fully sure, but I will be going for medical entrance and engineering entrance as well. And after the results, I'll think about it more, which one to go. But it'll be one of these two.
So, any advice you would like to give to the upcoming batch of students?
With special regards to this year, I suppose that many students got distracted because of the lockdown. Maybe they were waiting for better time to come or waiting for some decision to be taken. But I think we should try to adapt to change. We should not get distracted by any situation. We should not try to find excuses. So be consistent, be hardworking from the beginning. And science stream, the syllabus is not easy, we know. It's quite vast. So we need to be persistent from the beginning of the year. From the very start, we should be keeping in touch with the books. We should try to keep up with what our teachers are teaching every day in the class. And that's all. And I think we can easily make it.
So, best wishes for your career and all the best in whatever you do.
Thank you, sir.
आज हामी लोदे ताई लगा बाबा भी ऐसे तो ताई लगा बाबा की भी एक तो होती वो अपनी लापा जा स्टेट तो बड़ा से तो अपनी भी किन्हीं लगी है
बेसी खुशी फिल करी আছে এটো প্রাইড মোমেন্ট আছে আমি কারণে তো এটা তো কি এক্সপ্রেস কৰিব না পাৰা নিশানা আছে এনেকা আছে খুশি আছে না হোপ তো থাকিছে টপ 5 তো থাকিব এনেকা ভাবনা কৰিছে টপ 1 আহিব তো ভাবা নাই বলি বি আইছে এটো উইদাউট এনি টিউশনি এটো নিজেই লেবার কৰিছে তারপরে তাহলে স্কুল এখন লাগা ক্রেডিট বি বেশি ডাঙর থাকি বেশি মদত করেছে স্কুল করে তাই বি হার্ড ওয়ার্ক করে আছে তুই খুশি তাই আম্মা লাগাবি ক্রেডিট সদায় তাইকে গাইড করা আমি মোটা মানুষ বাহার থেকে বেড়াই থাকে সেইখানে বাচ্চাখানকে চায় থৈ
আমি আনসো পানু জানিছে তাই দলেdo তাইলা হার্ড ওয়ার্ক আর ডেডিকেশন ব্রা স্টেট টপার তাক পুঞ্চিকিনা আছে থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর স্টেইং উইথ আস জয়েন করে থাকিবে NLTV ফর মোর সাকসেস স্টোরিজ ফর মোর নিউজ আপডেটস
Moving on. African swine flu has been confirmed in 11 districts of Mizoram. On Tuesday, 383 pigs died from the flu, bringing the total confirmed deaths of pigs to 15,231. Rapid response team was immediately set up by the Mizoram Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department in all districts of the state. Professional pig culling team has been established with the state police department, detailing 2 personals. The Animal Husbandry and Veterinarian Department of Mizoram also listed 80 villages and localities under the African swine flu suspected area with 372 pigs that died from the suspected cases of ASF. According to reports, the conservative estimate of the economic loss incurred due to the African swine fever in Mizoram is over rupees 117 crores. ASF was first detected in Mizoram on March 21st this year at Langsan village and has spread to 205 villages and localities within 11 districts of Mizoram. On to the next story. Narendra Modi's government has been accused of treason and unforgivable sacrilege by the political opposition in India, following a series of reports by the Pegasus project revealing several journalists, activists and an opposition elected strategist has their phones numbers included in the data leak. More than 1,000 phone numbers in India were among nearly 50,000 selected worldwide as possibly of interest to the clients of the Israel-based NSO group, maker of the Pegasus spyware. An investigation by the consortium of media organizations revealed on Sunday. Indian media reports said that Modi's main rival, former Congress Party President Rahul Gandhi, was among dozens of Indian politicians, activists and government critics identified as potential targets of the Pegasus spyware. Moving on to the next story, the controversy in Punjab does not seem to end. Punjab Chief Minister has reiterated his stand that he won't meet newly elected Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu till he publicly apologizes for his derogatory social media attack against him. The statement came after several ministers asked the CM to have a large heart and forgive Sidhu like he did Partab Bajwa. The issue gained importance after the CM in a meeting with Harish Rawat sought public apology from Sidhu for his social media tirade before meeting him. A senior party leader informed reconciliation between the two was being seen linked to impending Punjab cabinet reshuffle. Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh Chief Mohan Bhagwat is in Assam on a 2-day visit. He on Wednesday unveiled a book, Citizenship Debate over NRC and Ka, Assam and the Politics of History by Nani Gopal Mohanto in Guwahati. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma also was present at the event. In the book launch event, the chief stated that the Citizenship Amendment Act and the National Register of Citizens have nothing to do with Hindu-Muslim divide, and communal narrative surrounding the two issues were being peddled by some to gain political mileage. He further emphasized that no Muslim will face any loss due to the Citizenship Act. This is RSS chief's first visit to the state after BJP returned to power for the second consecutive term. Moving on, Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan is reportedly on the list of 14 world leaders targeted for potential surveillance in the Project Pegasus case. Khan was chosen as a person of interest by India in 2019. The list also includes two other current Prime Minister, Mustafa Maudoulle of Egypt and Saad Edinel Ethomo of Morocco. The data leaked is a list of phone numbers that since 2016 are believed to have been selected as those of people of interest by government clients of NSO Group. Though none of the heads of the state would offer their phones for forensic testing that might confirm whether they were infected by NSO's military-grade Pegasus spyware. As more athletes test positive for COVID-19, Tokyo 2020 CEO Toshiro Muto isn't ruling out a last-minute cancellation of the Olympic Games. The sponsors also ditched plans to attend Friday's opening ceremony. Toshiro Muto informed that he would keep an eye on the infected numbers and discuss with other organizations if necessary. According to the organizers, as athletes have started to arrive ahead of the opening ceremony on Friday, the number of cases in Japan linked to the Games is now over 70. The capital is under a coronavirus state of emergency, and organizers announced this month that the Tokyo venues will not have spectators as a result. Athletes test positive for COVID-19. Tokyo 2020 CEO Toshiro Muto isn't ruling out a last-minute cancellation of the Olympic Games. The sponsors also ditched plans to attend Friday's opening ceremony. Toshiro Muto informed that he would keep an eye on the infection numbers and discuss with other organizers if necessary. According to the organizers, as athletes have started to arrive ahead of the opening ceremony on Friday, the number of cases in Japan linked to the game is now over 70. The capital is under coronavirus state of emergency, and organizers announced this month that the Tokyo venues would not have spectators as a result. Moving on to the next story, India Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for 5 Maharashtra districts including Raigad and Pune, forecasting extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places for the next 2 days, that is on Friday, Thursday and Wednesday. Besides this, the IMD has also issued an orange alert for Navi Mumbai and Thane, forecasting intense rainfall at isolated places between Wednesday and Friday. A red alert for rain means authorities should take preventive actions such as evacuation of people from vulnerable areas and deploy rescue teams. On the other hand, Mumbai was earlier placed in the orange alert warning slot, which has now been downgraded to yellow. Billionaire Jeff Bezos flew into space on his company Blue Origin's New Shepard spacecraft on Tuesday, marking a historic moment in space travel. The Amazon CEO successfully completed an 11-minute ride to the cusp of outer space.
On how it felt? Oh my God!
The wealthiest man on the planet, Jeff Bezos, spent a few minutes in space on Tuesday in Blue Origin's first human mission. The 4-member crew exchanged high fives and hugged family who came to meet them at the landing site. Bezos was accompanied by a handpicked group: his brother, an 18-year-old from the Netherlands, and an 82-year-old aviation pioneer from Texas, the youngest and oldest to ever fly in space. Bezos became the second billionaire in just over a week to ride his own spacecraft. The crew experienced a few moments of weightlessness as the spaceship soared past the Kármán line at an altitude of about 62 miles above the Earth. The capsule then parachuted back. The Amazon CEO successfully completed an 11-minute ride to the cusp of outer space. After his historic space flight, Mr. Bezos, wearing a blue space suit and a cowboy hat, attended a news conference. Upon his return to the planet, Bezos announced a $100 million Courage and Civility Award. This award will be conferred on leaders who engage the public to counter challenges facing the human race. The Amazon founder also said more of these awards could be given away to the others in the future.
On how it felt? Oh my God! My expectations were high and they were dramatically exceeded. Awestruck by the earth and its beauty, but also by its fragility. And I can vouch for that. When I look out, when we're sitting in this room and when we're driving our cars and we're moving around the planet in our normal ways, the atmosphere is so gigantic.
Blue Origin has remained relatively coy about what comes next given the grand success they achieved. The company says it plans 2 more flights this year and many more next year.
Going on to the next story. Woman doctor in Assam who was fully dosed with COVID-19 vaccine was found to be positive for 2 different variants at the same time. The doctor, despite being fully vaccinated, got infected with both Alpha and Delta variants of coronavirus. The Dibrugarh's Regional Medical Research Center detected the double infection in the woman doctor in early May. According to reports, she had mild sore throat, body ache and insomnia and had recovered without hospitalization. There have been few such instances in the UK, Brazil and Portugal, but such case has never been reported and is the first one so far in India. India celebrates Eid-ul-Adha for the second successive year with COVID-related restrictions. Devotees were seen offering prayers in mosques in compliance with COVID-19 guidelines of masking and social distancing. Eid-ul-Adha, also known as the festival of sacrifice or greater Eid or Eid Qurban or Qurban Bayram, is celebrated on the 10th day of Dhul-al-Hijjah on the 12th month of the Islamic or lunar calendar. As per the Gregorian calendar, Eid-ul-Adha dates may vary from year to year, drifting approximately 11 days earlier each year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his greetings to the people celebrating Eid-ul-Adha and said that this festival should further the collective empathy, harmony and inclusivity in the society. President Ramnath Kovind also sent out his wishes to citizens celebrating the festival and asking them to follow COVID-19 safety guidelines. That is all for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.